Okay guys, so Trendy has asked me to do a couple of guides on farming and how to basically maximize your in-game money so that you can attend raid and essentially pull your weight. So the first one is, this is my shaman healer, and at the moment it's geared from an enhanced perspective because that's how I leveled. So if you look at my gearing, I've got, you know, the Sky Fury helmet from Tier Quest, some Ultrac Valley stuff. I actually did my AV run when I was level 58, and I found that 2 levels of EXP were just, you know, easily gainable from just doing battleground activities, looting corpses and things. So we've got, I just picked up some random hunter loot because it was male and it had intellect on it and agility. This stuff's come out of like the, you know, the chest at Diamol, and it's a nice way to get a decent farming set if you've got like an off-spec DPS build. So Fury Brace is just for the pure statage on the intellect and things. Vune's Vice Grip's obviously like a decent hit item. Not so good for trash, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of lazy when it comes to gearing, so I just leave it all on, even if it is raid stuff. So again, more Diamol stuff, and it's just again Diamol and then rep stuff, and it's all just given me a decent set for farming with. On the flip side, this is my healing gear, and it is just literally you know, adds plus healing, things like that. But if you look at the stat difference, I've got about 3.5k health on the healing gear, 5k mana. But if you look at, let's say for example, the melee damage, 100, so you got a DPS there of about 66. Whereas if you got the enhanced gear on, whoops, you put the enhanced gear on, massive, a substantial DPS difference, about 50%. So I find that this way is the easiest way to farm on my shaman, to be honest. Obviously you can stick down Wind Fury weapon, which is rank 3, and then you can pop down your Grace of Air totems and whatever in the static spots that you can go around it. Okay, so where are we going? I'm just gonna bring this in. I've actually got a dual screen display, so you can't see what's over on the right, but it's where the map lives. Okay, so Nova World Buffs. This is the add-on that you want, and what you see here is it gives you a timer for each of these nodes on the map. What you want to do is you're literally going to get to Fellwood. You're going to go down here to this Satyr farming area, or you can go up to this Satyr farming area. The objective of this is not necessarily just to get you know, demonic runes from it, but it's also to get the Nightsdragon blood, Nightsdragon breath things, and the whipper roots, because there's a nice little consumes that everyone can benefit from. The Nightsdragon breath is more for casters, but the whipper root for sure is pretty good for melee. It's like having your own health stone, particularly of importance during the twins, because you can only use one health stone, but these things renew 700 to 900 health, you know, every 2 minutes. Imagine that in a 10-minute fight, we're talking about, like, you know, 3k worth of healing. So, you know, the purpose of the twins is all about, you know, reducing the damage taken and reducing the healing that the raid needs to take, and therefore, you know, helping out the healers so the tanks don't die, so we all don't die. So okay, so I'm not going to bore you with the details of the journey of getting over there, but essentially you need to get your ass over there. One of the things I find is that the Atrix maps allows me to get a massive zoom out area of, you know, what I'm looking at, and it allows me to farm a lot easier. So you can find that on Atrix Plus, if I move that over. Okay, and what you want to be looking at is your, let's find it again. Yeah, system. So you click on max camera zoom there, and it zooms out as much as possible. So you can do that via a script, but I just find that the Atrix Plus is just a nicer interface, and you can just, you know, it's all for the purposes of automation, isn't it? Okay, so where are we? Right, see this one? This is another Songflower that's been triggered. Now, Nova World Buffs is really good for, let's say, you know, getting your world buffs. So if you're unsure what a Songflower does, it adds 5% critical strike, and then it adds, it's either 15% or 15 to all statistics that you've got. Now, if you consider 5% critical strike bonus on a shaman, on a healer, why would you want that? Well, actually, every time you get a crit proc on a shaman, you get plus you get something known as ancestral healing, and that is, let's bring it over to restorative. Yep, there it is, Ancestral Healing. Increase your target's armor value by 25% for 15 seconds after getting a critical strike effect from one of your healing spells. But also, you know, if you've got melee DPS, you might have Enhancement, where you've got Flurry, so it increases your attack speed for 10% when your next 3 swings after dealing a critical strike. So those are really good for raid, in my opinion. Now, you see that one's timed down? What that means is that you can then click on that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to essentially get down to here, so I'll just pause until we get there. Okay, so we're coming up to this Whipper route thing now, and what you'll notice is on my map it's there, but it's not there. Now, don't be detracted from this. This is just the first part of the farm. All you got to do now is just sit on it and then log out. Now, hopefully you've got another character who you can level in the meantime, or something that can do some, like, you know, mob killing farm. But it's important that you own the timer of this. It's a little bit like the Black Lotus timer. Once you get it and you get it ticking on your map, you can then just log back in every 25 minutes and pick up one of these Nightsdragon breath things. The Nightsdragon things themselves, let's have a look at what they do. There they are. Okay, so it's like a Demonic Rune, but a poor man's Demonic Rune. But it also heals you as well. So that's of particular importance for your caster class. Okay, so let's log off. So I've just been logging in a couple of times now, and time now is 11:53 server time. So it's probably taking about, I think it can take about 20 minutes for it to reappear, roughly. Okay, we'll try again in a bit. Okay, so we've logged back in, and what we've got in front of us is uncleansed Nightsdragon blood. So it appears, it does appear, it is on the map, and it will come up. So if we have a look at our world buffs on the map again, you see that somebody's been poaching songflowers, and this Whipper route is actually up as well. So that makes this farm extremely profitable. So you need to click on your thingamajigger. You need to have Cenarian Salve, and you can get that from, you know, a quest line. You need this Cenarian beacon for it. So I've got quite a lot already. So what you do is you complete the quest. You actually get experience for that as well, so it's quite useful. And then it turns into this green one, which you can then click. So if you click that, what happens is you end up with 6 Nightsdragon breaths. It can varies between 3 and 7, and that replenishes 400 to 450 mana. Now, that works in the same sense as Demonic Rune, and it's a really good one for low-level fights if you're, you know, dry humping for mana and you're out. So 6 is a highly substantial number. Now, what this now does is, because some, you know, really helpful person has activated this Whipper route node here, we can now do the farm. So essentially, and this is, you know, not strictly speaking a healer farm. Look, there's that guy. I presume he was doing the rounds for that, unless he's like a herb farmer anyway. So yeah, once we've done that, we can now just basically execute the farm. And this farm is particularly for Fellcloth, which sells at 2 gold per stack, and also the demonic runes, which are used by the healers. So, or 2 gold each apparently. Okay, so let's crack on with it. Okay, so this is important for joining forces. Oops. Okay, so winner. Let's give the nice warrior Wind Fury, wherever he's gone. See, there's somebody waiting for the Whipper route now, which is fine. Because you can actually click on it at the same time. Pretty busy today. Let's just tag them all. So this farm can be done with other people as well, even if you're just going for Whipper routes. So this is the point where you start spam right click and it's just like the Songflower. There we go, and basically we've both got that because we've both got the crouching posture, so we've both picked up those runes there, and that's essentially the farm. Really as simple as that. Really, you just kill a load of, you know, satyrs, and then you alternate between the two of these, and then you end up with lots of passive raid consumes. Very good for healers, very good for melee DPS. I'll just talk to you about the team up. So this guy's got loot on free for all, but what happens is every time he kills a mob and he loots it, a quest item appears for me. So these are corrupted soul shards. Now I don't have any gathering professions on this toon, so it's really hard for me to get these. And these corrupted soul shards can be exchanged for the Cenarian salve, which is used for purging the things, and it can be a real bind if you found a Nightsdragon breath that's you know, ready to be purged, but you haven't got the materials for it, especially if you don't have herbalism or mining. So that's just a pro tip there. If you group up with people, the better off you will be. So the idea is, in the deal, I pass on Fellcloth to him and he passes on runes to me. Runes are absolutely useless to him on his tank, presumably.